You're being mean to me. So that was the first thing. I haven't even seen this one. I was given a time index right as the show was starting. So this is dangerous. But I'm going to run with it anyways. Here we go.
He is so invested in the predeterminism of Calvinism that God controls everything that comes to pass. Maybe that is some kind of God complex within him, that he has to control everything that comes to pass.
So I have a God complex because I believe that you show respect for the people by keeping your word. And that means I have a God complex. Can I point something out? He seems to feel that I'm really imbalanced. This is all I ever talk about, so on and so forth. Go look at his YouTube page. What's the name of it? NBF Norwalk? What, I forget what the 3 letters before. Look it up for me. Go look at his YouTube page. And when I looked at it, I thought every single video on it had the word Calvinism in it. There certainly were a lot of them. Oh, he's from Canada? I live in Canada? Well, where in Canada? I'm going to be in Vancouver in a few weeks. Canada is not a... Okay. I almost got in a lot of trouble with my Canadian friends. All right. I can guarantee you that there are a number of folks in Canada that would like to put this together. Okay? I really, wherever you live. Now, I wouldn't want to be in Canada in January. Okay? Might not even be able to get to Canada in January. But Canada is just not far away. Okay? That's not... Okay, England, Australia, that's different. This is no excuse.
Hey, we have Canadians come down here all the time. If they can drive down, we can drive up, you know.
Yeah, we can do. They may not let me across the border, but I'm going to be in Vancouver in just a couple of weeks. So that's not an excuse. All right? So let us know where you are. But, Alan Rule, one last time. Will you or will you not? You say, I go to the States often. I will contact A.O. Min when I go next. No. We need to find a location. We're happy to go where you are. It doesn't have to be anything that costs you anything. Are you telling me that you live so far out in the outback that there are no truly conservative Christian churches that would be interested in something like this nearby you? Where do you live? I'm not going to let this drop. You made the challenge. This is a vitally important subject. You made a false statement that illustrates one of the key issues of the errors of Roman Catholicism. And I am absolutely confident that the debating of that subject would illustrate for people who would not see it in any other way what the danger of paddling around the middle of the Tiber River is. And there are a bunch of people out there doing that because they don't see what you're actually demanding. They think this is like the difference between being a Lutheran and a Methodist. It's not. It's not by any stretch of the imagination. So will you do it? If we come to you, will you defend what you wrote in that statement? I understand. I understand that you know you can't defend it. I get it. But I also think you understand, you know, that you have to try to be able to substantiate your position, because you realize what you stated is exactly what Jerry Matitix said in our debate on Long Island. Exact same epistemological warrant for believing the resurrection as the bodily assumption. What you just said, my belief in the high Christology is based upon the papacy. It's the exact same thing. You know it. I know it. Debating it would help everybody else to know it. And see, from my perspective, it helps every Christian to recognize how non-Christian Romanism is. That's why I'm willing to do it. I got plenty of other stuff to be doing. But this is important. This is really important. And I'm not the one that wrote the words. You came after me. No one forced you to do it. You did it of your own free will. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Okay, one last thing here on the Steve Tassi thing. I have the time index. And here we go.
Maybe he's just mad at me. Maybe he's the greatest person in the world.
But he's going on about how totally unkind and mean and grumpy I am because I said it was hot. It was. And I said we were late getting started. We were 15 minutes. And I'm just this totally unkind person. Okay, fine. This type of thing never crosses my mind. But he was incredibly distant. He did not welcome me. He didn't even look like he wanted to shake my hand. I mean, I could turn all this around and fire it back at him, and it would be just as valid. I just don't do that kind of thing. It's not about me. It's not about him. It's not about personalities and stuff like that. It's about the issues. You know? I mean, I went down and, during the break, I went down, talked to folks. There were people that were trying to come up beforehand when we were prepping, wanted me to sign books. I can't, because if I sign yours, the next person to come up, the next person, and I can't do this. Could I just mention to folks, at the start of a debate, unless someone comes down and stands there alone in front of the audience, they might be doing other things. They might be preparing, they're going to be speaking. I was looking over Romans 9 one last time, just going over stuff. And people kept coming up. I'm sorry, I can't do that right now. But then once the debate started, I had made my opening presentation. What did I do during the break? Went down, met with people, talked with people, was there till I don't know what time at night, very, very late, talking with folks. So he's just a nasty, nasty guy. But then he's going to get to what I did say to him right now when I shook his hand at the end.
Certainly from the time he got here to the time he left, he sat here and rebuked me when he left, when I went over to shake his hand afterwards, that, I'm the worst debater in the world that he's ever seen, and again, comparing me to a Muslim. That's breaking the rules of debate. It's an attack on my character.